help me welcome Michelle Hennings.
Michelle.
Welcome,
Michelle.
Michelle.
Welcome, Michelle.
Welcome,
Welcome,
Michelle.
Michelle.
Welcome, Michelle.
Looking forward.
So
Welcome,
glad to
Michelle.
have you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey.
Your hair is off the chain also.
Love it. Well,
Very
first,
cute.
let me say thank you so much to Marla, who invited me to speak today. This has been such a beautiful presentation. I loved hearing everything. Adrian, your words at the very beginning spoke to my heart. I agree with everything that you said. So that was awesome. Let me say that when I was first invited to address you and speak to you all today, my first inclination was to decline. I thought, what in the world do I have to say about the Tower Garden? You know, I'm certainly no master gardener. And I think it can be so easy to discount yourself in that way. And after I thought about it for a minute, I thought, wait a minute, that's exactly why I need to speak. Because there's going to be someone live on that call or someone who listens to the video later who's like me, who has no gardening experience, who thinks I can't do this. So I need to talk to that person. And that's why I'm here today. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you my story. It's really difficult to separate my Tower Garden story from my Juice Plus story because they happen simultaneously. I have to tell you that I accepted the full Juice Plus product line, the business, and the Tower Garden all at the same time. I was totally like the easiest sell in the world. I'm searching all over for people like me. And at the time, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was very pregnant. And obviously, as a stay-at-home mom, you're on a single income. And I was experiencing some nutrition deficits at the time with the baby. One reason was because I was not taking those forced tranquilizers they call prenatal vitamins. On a normal day, my gag reflex is just horrible. During pregnancy, it's impossible, and I knew I was not going to be able to swallow them. But also, I had reservations about what was exactly in those prenatal vitamins. And then also, I was so sick, I couldn't eat. I mean, I was being hydrated, I could drink, but food just wasn't happening. And so I had some real concerns about the nutrition the baby was getting. And then at a chance encounter, at a musical theater class, no less, that I wasn't taking, I was in the lobby. But I met a very lovely grandmother who was also there waiting for her grandson to come out of that class. And we started a very organic, natural conversation about food and nutrition. And she started telling me about food, fruits and vegetables, plants that were in chewable form. And my ears perked up because I thought something I don't have to swallow, I can actually get nutrition to the baby and I don't have to swallow it. So that was sounding good to me. Also something that I could give my 5-year-old at the time. And then she started further speaking to me about food that you could drink in reference to our complete shakes, which have all your macronutrients, your micronutrients, your protein, low glycemic, just like all that good stuff. And I never had a problem drinking. So at this time I was thinking drinkable nutrition, you know, keep talking. So she was talking my language. So I signed on for that. Then she talked to me about the business. For me, that was a no-brainer because I thought if I make nothing at all, no problem. But if I make even just a little something, that's good. So I was okay to sign on for that. But she had to end our love fest by talking about gardening. And if this were a video, you guys, this is the moment where it screeches to a halt. And I just cut her off and I was just like, no, that's okay. That's not for me, not doing that. I don't garden. And because we'd had such a nice conversation and she knew how much health and wellness and nutrition meant to me, she started asking questions and she goes like, you know, why not? What is the problem? And I said, well, you know, first of all, I don't do dirt and I don't do bugs. And she's like, okay, well, no dirt, very few to any bugs. And I go, but you don't understand. I have zero gardening experience. Like, I don't know what to do. And she said, okay, you don't need any experience. And I go, look, lady, I have a black thumb. And honestly, you guys, it's not because I'm black. I have a black thumb. I kill everything. I mean, thank God my children are not plants. And I said, I can't keep that thing alive, honestly. And she said, look, you can't kill the Tower Garden. And I swear, in that moment, that's when I decided to buy it because I was going to kill it and show her that thing can die. But guess what, you guys? It didn't. It thrived. And now that I've been doing it for a few years, I can even tell you that the first time I set it up wrong and I wasn't doing the nutrients right. And I still will never forget the bright red, juicy tomatoes that we got from it that summer, the delicious lettuces. I can remember sending my 5-year-old out and asking her to get some greens so we could have a salad for dinner that night. You fast forward now, and I have 2 tower gardens. I have one inside and one out. I love that there's such a supportive community around the tower garden. There are Facebook groups and there are YouTube channels, and even the Juice Plus distributors who do own towers are just a wealth of information, and they're also generous in answering questions or helping out with any problems you might have. I can tell you, I have fresh produce always because I just go to my tower. And there's none of the spoilage and the waste that happens when you buy things at the grocery store and you don't get to it in time and have to throw it out. I have safe produce always. There are no pesticides on my tower garden. There's no recalls on my produce. And I know exactly where it's coming from. And that gives me a great deal of peace of mind. And also I have affordable produce always. I'm not stuck with the whims of the market. I don't have to go to the grocery store and see what I want not there. And I think the latest numbers are, if you're paying $20 a week on fresh produce, you're buying a tower garden. So I highly encourage everyone who's on today to get with the person who invited you on this call. If you're listening to the video later, get with the person who sent you that link. Ask any remaining questions that you might have and just do it. You're not going to regret it. And with that, I'm going to stand up a minute. I'm going to take you over to my tower that's inside and just kind of show you some of the things I have growing here. We've got some beautiful lettuces. I hope you can see that. Some nice herbs, greens. It's truly one of the best decisions I ever made, and I hope you will make it too.